Straight ahead on 12 News, using strength in numbers to buy food. How Robbinsdale residents are joining together to save on organic produce. Plus, the event in Plymouth that attracts thousands. We'll take you to the Hildy, where you'll find the most highly sought-after lawn chair seats in town. But first, a lawsuit that accuses a Robbinsdale pastor and others of running a Ponzi scheme. 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. Many African immigrants who live in Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center say they are out thousands of dollars.
They invested in what they thought was a legitimate internet business. Now, some of the alleged victims are pointing a finger at a Robbinsdale pastor and 3 others. And reporter Sonia Goins has more on a newly filed class action lawsuit.
You know, when this thing hits you, you just think it's a dream.
Big dreams of fancy cars and lots of money. People who invested in the so-called Bright Future penny auction thought they were going to get rich.
I put in $8,505.
I lost over $15,000.
I lost $24,300.
But all that money is now gone.
Some people took loans. Some took money out of their retirement benefits and invested it here. They have lost it all.
Kirkpatrick Ware, Frederick David, Tom Matanya, and Othello Bala are plaintiffs against the alleged owners of Bright Future penny auction.
They presented to all the victims that this is a program that will make money overnight.
Bright Future launched in early 2014 and then shut down several months later. Soon after, a new company called Living Well International formed. According to the suit, 76 people, mostly African immigrants, lost more than $500,000 in what the plaintiffs say is a Ponzi scheme.
The defendants knew the program was false. They knew that their victims would believe them.
One of the defendants named in the suit is Reverend Dr. Joseph Howard.
Josie Howard was the one that introduced the company to us. He was the one that was doing the presentations from the very onset.
Howard is a pastor at Bethel World Outreach Church in Robbinsdale. He is also the former executive director of the Liberian Ministers Association.
He was going around telling people to join this company because he's a pastor, he's a man of God, people should trust him.
We do not know where these allegations are coming from.
Henry Angary is Pastor Howard's attorney.
He had absolutely no ownership or any interest whatsoever in the venture that is mentioned in the complaint. If you looked at Dr. Howard, he has, he's a respectable man in the community. He doesn't have any issues with the law.
Business owners Yasmin Ali, Muhammad Ahmed, Paul Miatona, and Grace Crawford were also named in the suit.
Grace Crawford, she mainly, collects money.
There were several ways people could make money: buy shares or units in the Bright Future Internet Company. Investors were charged about $1,200 per unit.
I got lured into this by my friend. He was lured in by another friend from a church.
This Brooklyn Park man didn't want to be identified, but he says he too lost money in the company.
And I started $3,000. The next thing I came with another $10,000, so $13,000 actually.
Patrick Johnson also invested in the company.
I felt betrayed, beside being betrayed, and humiliated. I was like, I started to blame myself.
He says he had to dip into his retirement fund to do it.
$10,000 is a lot of money.
I was swindled. It's a lesson learned. I pray, hope that God will replace it.
Now, just before going to air, Grace Crawford, one of the defendants named in the lawsuit, commented on the case. She says the allegations against her are false. She says she too was a victim and lost money. Meanwhile, no criminal charges have been filed, but the Hennepin County Attorney's Office told Channel 12 News they are looking into the matter. Now, Mike and Alex, this is not just a local case. According to this complaint, there are victims in Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, and even Canada.
All right.
You're going to keep us updated, Sonia.
We sure will.
Thanks. Today, a judge handed down the maximum sentence allowed against a man convicted in a Brooklyn Center murder. Antonio Daniels was sentenced to 15 years in prison for second-degree unintentional murder. His attorney was seeking a lesser sentence, but prosecutors pushed for the maximum 15 years. The shooting happened in August of 2013. Witnesses say the person killed, 25-year-old Michael McGowan, was shot in a parking lot between two hotels. Daniels was with a group of men who were fighting. Daniels claims he shot in self-defense, but the jury did not agree. Brooklyn Park Police are looking for a man who held up a Subway store on Zane Avenue early Tuesday morning. Police say a man wearing a mask implied he had a gun and was able to get away with cash. Officers conducted an extensive search but have yet to make any arrests. No one was hurt.
Medical marijuana became legal in Minnesota today, but one place where you won't be able to obtain the drug is in the Northwest Metro. Back in December, Minnesota Medical Solutions announced it would be opening a distribution center in Maple Grove to serve patients in the Northwest Metro. But Mayor Mark Stephenson tells 12 News that after the city had discussions with the company, they decided not to pursue an application. Medical marijuana advocates say that if anyone in the northwest suburbs wants the drug, the closest distribution center is in downtown Minneapolis. Another big crowd is gathering in Plymouth for the 43rd Music in Plymouth event tonight, that Wednesday evening, headlined by the Minnesota Orchestra.
It is a tradition for early birds to reserve their seats by putting blankets and chairs in place, and that is exactly what people did hours before the start of the entertainment. One big change in recent years is that people can't drive stakes into the ground to secure their spots. That's due to extensive underground wiring and sprinkling systems put in place. An estimated 13,000 to 14,000 people are expected to gather at the Hildy Performance Center. And one of them is our very own Delane Cleveland. He joins us live from Plymouth with more on the big event. Hi, Delane.
Now, Mike and Alex, the entertainment doesn't begin here for about another hour or so, but already people are starting to trickle in and get an early start on their 4th of July activities. There's a full slate of entertainment tonight, and best of all, it's free of charge. Joining me now with more on Music in Plymouth is event organizer Malay Willis. So first, thank you for joining us, and tell us a little bit about just the fact that this is such a big event. I heard that people started lining up here around 7 a.m. this morning.
You heard correctly. We're really pleased that this is the 43rd annual Music in Plymouth, and tonight there'll be a large slate of entertainment starting with No Grass Limit and following with the Droppers, also a very popular group here in town, and then culminating with the Minnesota Orchestra on stage at 8:30. And then we have the grand fireworks display, thought by some to be one of the best in the state, right here in the park. And so we just hope that everybody can come down and enjoy a wonderful quintessential summer evening.
Sure, and the fact that the Minnesota Orchestra is playing here, you guys have had a really long relationship with them. What does that mean to have them playing here for this huge crowd that's going to gather here tonight?
We're very proud to be the Minnesota Orchestra's longest standing partner in their Symphony for the Cities program, which is several free concerts that they give in the Twin Cities area each year. And as you said, it is the 43rd annual, and we have been partnering with them that whole time. They are Music in Plymouth, and we are very just happy that we've been able to build a lovely event around it that so many people enjoy coming to.
Now, just taking a look behind us here, there is a massive amount of blankets. For anybody who's out there watching this who maybe didn't get here at 7 a.m. to set up one of their blankets, what advice do you have for anybody who wants to come out here?
Come on down and don't be shy. Get cozy with your neighbors. There's plenty of room for everybody. There's loads of space left. It looks impressive behind us with the blankets and tarps, but there's plenty of space.
All right, thank you so much. So now, Mike and Alex, Minnesota weather being what it is, there is a contingency plan in case it does rain tonight. If that does happen, there will be a limited amount of entertainment, and they'll move the fireworks celebration to July 8th, beginning at 6:15. But so far, see a lot of sun, so hopefully that won't happen. Reporting live from a blanket-covered lawn in Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
All right, enjoy. Thanks a lot, Delane. Seasoned veterans know how to do it there in Plymouth.
Right. The sun is out, and there is some green space between some of those blankets.
You can see a little bit.
Head out.
Well, coming up, a different way to save on your grocery bill. See how Robbinsdale residents are joining together to buy fresh produce.
Then later in sports, Champlin Park takes on Armstrong in American Legion Baseball.
But first, no blast furnace heat just yet. This 4th of July is gearing up to be a beautiful one. Welcome back. The land of the free and the home of millions of travelers. According to AAA, nearly 42 million Americans are expected to travel this 4th of July weekend. That's the most for the holiday since 2007. Gas prices are a big reason. The average for regular unleaded Wednesday was $2.67 per gallon, according to TwinCitiesGasPrices.com, and that is 91 cents less than last year. If you buy organic produce, you probably already know it costs more.
A new study says it costs 30% more than regular produce, but a group of families in Robbinsdale found a way to save money on organic produce. Reporter Shannon Slatton has more in today's Money Savers.
Number 8 needs 4.
Anastasia Hayes.
And then 30 needs 3.
Helps count and sort.
I'm pretty good with numbers. I actually like working with numbers in math.
Every other week, her family comes to pick up produce that is all organic.
I have 4 children. My husband's a big guy. We all eat a lot of produce. We have 2 refrigerators at home, and to keep those full and affordable, this is kind of the way for us to go.
This is the Natural Family Buying Club, a group of Robbinsdale families who work together to buy organic produce for less.
This isn't affordable for all of us, so then we found a way that it was affordable.
We purchase food by the case, and so we get it for the same price that the co-ops buy the produce for.
About 4 years ago, 20 families found their strength in numbers. They ordered and sorted out of a member's house.
I priced it out, and I saved about 35%. So I consider that a huge savings since I only eat organic, non-GMO food.
Now more than 50 families who share that same passion for organic eating rent space from a local church. There's a $25 annual membership fee, and then all of the ordering takes place online. The club is now expanding options.
Local honey guy, we've got local eggs, we have maple syrup. We order local produce in Minnesota when it's in season.
Giving members the power of choice when they order together.
Especially if organics are important to you. I mean, it's a family choice.
In Robbinsdale, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
The club does have room for about 10 more families in Robbinsdale. Another group has splintered off from Minneapolis. If you're interested, you can go to their website, naturalfamilybuyingclub.org, to get started. Coming up, kids in Maple Grove get a jump start on the 4th of July celebrations.
But first, in sports, 3 local squads are playing in the Delano 4th of July American Legion tournament. Jay Wilcox has that and more when we come back.
Nothing says America like a 4th of July baseball tournament. This one starts on the 1st, though, right?
That's right, ending up on the 4th this year, and we got a few pretty good teams in it from our area that are heading to play in it. The 4th of July and baseball go hand in hand in many communities, and 3 area teams are headed west a bit to play in the annual Delano 4th of July Wood Bat Tournament. That kicked off Wednesday morning with pool play games, including Wayzata against Minneapolis Southwest. Top of the 3rd, Wayzata gets on the board. Michael Bolke's bases-loaded line drive is caught, but it's deep enough for Reese Smith to tag up the score for a 1-0 lead. The top of the 5th, Griffin Schneider rips a base hit to score Jake Marsh and Connor Trigstead for a 3-0 Wayzata lead. Wayzata adds 3 more in the 6th on a series of Southwest miscues, and they go on to win it 6-0. Also at the tournament, like Wayzata Southwest, Providence Academy had a rematch from high school section play as they took on host Delano in the first game, and they lost 6-4. And Osseo lost 2-0 against Edina in 8 innings. Pool play continues Thursday and Friday. Thursday at 1, Osseo meets Providence Academy, while Wayzata takes on Watertown at 7. The tournament does wrap up on the 4th. League play continues this week in North Hennepin American Legion Baseball. Champlin posts 600 playing at Armstrong. In the top of the 3rd, Champlin Park's Eric Pearson pokes a single to right field. Riley Johnson slides in with the first run of the game. Champlin Park grabs a 1-0 lead. They get out of trouble in the bottom of the 3rd as pitcher Brian McGill fields the comebacker and starts a nice double play. In the 4th, Noah Booley tags it a long way to right center, hitting the fence on one hop. Tyler Schmidt scores on the play to give Champlin Park a 2-0 lead. McGill fields his position well again in the 5th. It's a pretty good bunt, but McGill gets there and shovels to first for the out, and it stays 2-0. Then leading 3-0, Champlin Park's defense shines again. A slick 4-6-3 double play ends an Armstrong threat in the bottom of the 6th. Champlin Park adds an insurance run in the 7th. Cole Albers drives in Alex Backridges with a single to center. Champlin Park takes a 4-0 victory. Also, Park Center, the site is Brooklyn Park hosts Andover. Bases loaded in the 3rd, no score. Dan Jansen at the plate, and he draws ball 4, bringing Mitch Meyer in to score the first run of the game for Brooklyn Park. Next batter, Andy Brown, skies one deep to center. Kyle Schnobrick tags from 3rd and crosses the plate to give the Knights a 2-0 lead. Jansen holds Andover hitless for the first 5 innings, but in the 6th with runners in 1st and 3rd, Andover with a delayed steal. The throw goes into the outfield. Ben Stevens scores to cut it to 2-1. With 2 outs in the 7th, Stevens shoots one down the right field line just out of the reach of Chris Huss. Sawyer Quinahan comes in to score, and we head to extra innings tied at 2. The top of the 8th, Andover's Adam Gilsrud launches a bomb that drops deep in right center field. Tristan Salisbury comes in to score. Andover adds one more to take a 4-2 win in 8. The level of play in Minnesota lacrosse continues to rise as more and more kids are honing their skills throughout the year. Hopkins hosting Anoka in summer boys play. First quarter, Ollie Nye is right on target to score the goal for Anoka. Then on the break, Riley Baumgartner finishes, giving Anoka a 4-0 lead. In the second quarter, Kamal Baker sneaks in front, and he scores this goal for Hopkins. And in the third quarter, Nick Culp lasers home the goal for Hopkins, and the Royals are a man up at that point. John Dion gets a goal late in the fourth quarter for the Royals, but it's not enough as Anoka takes a 10-5 win, and that sport has caught on in a big way around here.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Jay. Still ahead, a party at the beach gets a little wild.
From fun in the sand to slithery snakes, we'll sort it all out when we come back.
How important are parks to your neighborhood?
Well, starting this Friday on 12 News, we'll take a look at how suburbs are creating new parks and upgrading old ones. Three Rivers Park District and several suburbs are working together on special projects. There are even ways you can offer your opinion on the future of some parks. It's all part of a 12 News special, Project Parks. And we hope you will join us starting Friday at 4 p.m. right here on 12 News. Well, finally, let the 4th of July celebrations begin.
That's right. Today was a party at the beach at the Elm Creek Park Reserve in Maple Grove. Kids could test their agility at an obstacle course. They could root for minnows racing each other. And they could also get an up-close look at a black rat snake, which seemed to get a lot of the kids' attention.
There's a snake over there. There's turtles as well, which is very cool. There's minnow races. Mine won. Happy about that. There's leeches too. Suck your blood.
Who doesn't love leeches, right? Well, other kids' favorites included building sandcastles and digging for buried treasure. Just good way to kick off the holiday week.
All summer's the 4th of July, right?
That's right, every day. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.